Welcome to the Fregstival. This was a game made for Ludum 54 by Brainerd Games, Honest Ant Games and Spacey 3D. So the idea of this is, as the theme was limited space, we want to give the player a limited kind of area to place these tiles, and the kind of thematic wrapping of this game is we want to prepare a festival for these beautiful Fregs so that they can enjoy, eat food, worship their Frogod and have a general grand old time. Now, the problem is these flies, you can see, these flies do not respect Frogod, they do not like the Fregs, and as we can see, sometimes they will try and attack the shrine to ruin the party. So, we thankfully have some form of defense against this. We have turrets like this. Turrets need to be placed next to these purple tables in order to provide them with ammunition, because these turrets are food turrets. The Fregs aren't, they're not animals, they don't use guns, but they do launch food at their foes. So let's go ahead and see how this plays out. This turret will now target that fly and it defends the shrine. Wonderful. You can press tab and you can see the health and the range of your turrets. So broadly speaking, you just go ahead and you kind of try and fill the space as well as you can. You try and defend, and we can see here we've got this fly coming in from this angle here, which might be a bit problematic for us. I'm not too sure these turrets are going to cover. Oh yeah, this turret should probably cover it. Let's see how that plays out then. Let's keep these frogs together. Start shooting at it. Okay, just did it in time. Great. So it didn't get to bomb our beautiful Frogod Shrine. Okay, and I'm going to keep putting these frags together, because the more frags, the closer they all are. If they're all kind of chained or grouped together, they will essentially have a better party and you get more points. So we can see we're in a bit of danger here. Our turret, we'll just see what happens with this now. Place this over here and get these frags together. You can see that it does start shooting at it, but a bit too late. It was in the direct line of fire and the bomb still got it, so you've got to be cautious with your placements here. But here you can see this enemy was going to go for the shrine, but this food table is blocking it. It's in the way of it as well, which is great. So we can just carry on building a chain of Fregs, making sure they're all happy, having food, worshipping their wonderful Frogod. And yeah, let's carry on with this. So I'm going to press S to speed up the simulation. This makes this attack phase a little bit faster. And we're now going up to the floor as our tower of worship grows in height. So the tile coverage at the top right tells you how long it's going to take you before you go up to the next floor of your Frogoda, if you will. And yeah, these levels are not too difficult to start with. You just got to make sure that your shrine doesn't get attacked. So we're going to start a little frag party over here, and to protect my shrine, I'm going to just place down this table of food here, and you can see the target change from the shrine to this table because the flies attack the first lane. If you press space, there's a bit of a tutorial here, but you can see the enemies attack the first target in the lane. There is one later that will ignore everything but the shrine, but we don't come across that for a little bit of time. So we're just going to build up this pretty fast. I don't think too much about it. I'm going to block this so that the turret doesn't get bombed. Build up a nice frag party, trying to defend our shrine, and we get points for our turrets taking out the flies as well. So that's another thing that we need to try and make sure our placement of turrets does. Okay, let's just get these placed down, keep this frag party going. Wonderful. We need 10 more tile placements, so we've got ourselves around 8 we can put this turn, so probably 2 more turns. Unless we get a lot of things destroyed. This is all good. Let's just place this over here for now. So the food tables themselves, they're mainly used to feed the turrets, but they're used as obstructions as well. So the Fregs, you're really focusing on getting grouped together for the sake of partyage. So we can see here this... Oh, crikey, that was a bad placement. Actually, the turret's going to get destroyed, but I guess ultimately it doesn't matter too much. We've gone over our tile coverage gone, and so we can keep on going. So now we're into field 3. Alrighty, so let's carry on. Just build a bit of defensive wall there, but wow, look at this big boy. So we've got ourselves a chunkier turret now. Placement wasn't great because it still was in that line of fire, so that's something I could have improved on. But we'll just build a little frag party over here, I think. Get the frags go in. This is okay, we can afford to lose that bit of food, so let's just go ahead and do that. Speed it up a bit. We do need to defend this now though, because we don't want to lose this turret, so we've got a block of 2 and a block of 3 coming. So I might do that and then place that across there. Okay, things are going good so far. We're going to re-block off this side. This turret defended. We're not too defended from this side, which is a bit of a concern. So I'm going to prematurely place this over here, hoping that you see it needs food to function, but we're going to just see if we can get ourselves a food tile next turn to balance that out. Okay, we're losing some frags up here, which is a little bit of a concern. I can't really block them though. You see, you can't rotate pieces. You rotate the board, but you can't really. That's just for a view perspective. So, yeah, we've got this. I don't think that turret's going to come close enough to defend that, sadly. So our party's going to have a bit of a disruption here. Let's raise a glass to the ones we lost, eh? But I think we are good. We're going to lose a few more frags here. Crikey. So that's a bit of a risk of making a line across that wall. There's no way to kind of body block them with food, but now we'll just fill these seats quickly. Let's get that there. And then, ooh, the turret defend us. Defended a little bit, but still a bit of a disruption to our party. Okay, next up, we're on floor 4. We now have drone enemies. These will always choose a lane that leads to the shrine as well, so we need to be wary of that. The black enemies will just choose random lanes, and these will always target something in it. So they'll attack something rather than an empty lane. So let's go ahead and defend the shrine there and get a bit of a freight party going. Probably, let's go down here, shall we? So I'm keeping them away from trouble here, but at the same time it means that we're leaving our shrine a bit vulnerable. So it's you have to choose the kind of strategy that suits you, what kind of risks you want to take. Let's just get a bit of defense on this corner of our shrine, because we might get enemies here next turn. Nope, okay, they're coming from this side. We do need to block that off. We've got a 3 we can place here in a sec, so I think I'll do that. Yeah, tell you what, let's do that. We're losing one tile here, but right now it doesn't really matter. So these early floors, you're not going to have too much risk of losing your shrine as long as you're not leaving it completely open. I want to place this here, but it's going to take 2 bombs to the face, I think, if we do that. So we'll try and place it here, but it's not going to get both of them there, which is a bit of a shame. But we can do a bit of blocking here at least. But yeah, the placement is a little less important on these earlier levels. So let's just go ahead and place one here. We'll take a bit of damage. Let's just place these down here. So we're over our goal. We should go up to the next one. One big party of frogs as well. Fregs gave us a good bit of points, so that is good. Let's continue then. We've got only frags here, so we do need to defend against that, which is a bit of a sad state to see, isn't it? That we've got to sacrifice frags so early. But what would be a religious festival without a little bit of no, let's not finish the sentence. Okay, we will defend this. And wow, we've got our pumpkin launcher, which is a beautiful device. Look how big this is. Okay, so we're gonna probably just whack this. Maybe here. And you can see it's got a much bigger range, that one, which is nice. And you'll see when it fires, it's an absolute unit as well. Yeah, one shot that. So for now, we're just gonna quickly place these down. So yeah, these earlier levels are really about just trying to maximise your score with frags, because the risk to your shrine is relatively low. And this gives you something to try and min-max as you're kind of just keeping an eye on the shrine and making sure that it doesn't get destroyed if you're careless. But you see, the placement I've done here is not really the most ideal placement. I can only place this here, for example. So it's, yeah, kind of, yeah, you see, no space to place the piece, and our shrine takes a bit of damage on that. So if you're completely careless of placing as well, that's going to be a negative thing. Okay, so this is a nice kind of corner piece, but these pillars, you see, as you go up more floors as well, this limits your space even further. So I can't do that nice kind of defense that I would have liked to have done. I can block a little bit here. Or here. Oh, we do have another L though. Do we next turn? No, it's not going to fit either. It's all good. Okay, we'll place that one here. And we're going to block that there. It's terrible for the space, but we're just going to work with it. And I'm going to start a little frame down. And if you can see on floor 6, we've got this nasty enemy that always targets the shrine, ignoring all of the targets. So our placement of turrets is going to be important on this because we can't just place things in the path of the orange enemy to block it. It's always going to go for that shrine. So we're going to have to do a little bit of Freg sacrifice here, I think. That is okay. We'll build up this little chain here a bit more. And then I'm going to put this quite far out to try and defend things that are oncoming in that lane. Because these weaker turrets, they need more time shooting before they actually destroy things. Okay, so we haven't got an orange enemy yet. We do need to think about coverage though, so I think this might be it's a tricky one. We could go here as well. This might cover both of these angles. Yeah, so this covers both of these angles. We'll keep that there. Other than that, I think we're pretty golden. So let's do that. Keep our Fregs going. Oh, cracky. Okay, well, we did take some damage there. Our turret was a bit too slow to take it down before it dropped its bomb. We're going to try and speed through this level a little bit. So forgive the poor placements as long as our shrine is intact. Fregs are happy. Okay, so you can see now we've got one of these orange enemies. That means we can't body block it. It's not going for this tile here. It's going to just go straight for it. This one, however, isn't orange, so we can block that one still. And we do have a turret, so maybe 2 turrets here would be a good defense against that. So let's go ahead and do that. We've got a large group here that just fill here. We still didn't manage to actually defend it. This one was shooting and a fly from a different lane, so... Oh no. And you can see we got an orange one coming from this angle now. And we don't really have defense in this, so I think we're going to have to take another hit. I think we can take 1 hit. As long as we don't get hit from 2 sources, we should hopefully be fine. We don't have any way we can really play this, other than maybe like here, on this side. That's a good placement for this. Just put these together, I think. Okay, 1 more hit and we're gone. But thankfully, we completed floor 6, so we're down to floor 7. And you see, we're going to have more of these orange enemies, or they're going to be a common thing now, so we've really got to start thinking about not taking any hit from other creatures, because those orange ones, sometimes you've got to just soak a bit of damage from them. So, with that said, let's place this here and get a little Z shape in here. What's that? Building up a little bit of a Freg army. Okay, that's a very large Freg piece. And we've got ourselves a tiny little turret, which is a little bit of a shame. So I think I'm going to just block that. I'm going to have to... Probably we could do something like... These don't cover much. I think I'm going to have to just full on... let's do this then. Just to cover this angle. We haven't got other angles covered at all at the moment. There's our 3x3 though, so we want to be careful where we're placing things now. I'd like to kind of get it kind of close to the base. So maybe here is going to be a good spot. Connected already. We're going to... Oh, this is a large piece to actually fit. We could do that and still fit it there. As long as we don't be loud. Thankfully, the launcher. We just see this one's just lost its power. Unfortunately, it's food source, so that's a little bit problematic for us. We're okay this turn though. We got some Fregs taking the hit for us. Thank you, Frogod. Thank you, Fregs, for your sacrifice. Okay, we're just gonna get this chain going here. And oh, I should have really. I don't think I had a way actually to make that fit there. This L shape could go there though, which is good. You know, we got one of these orange enemies this time, and I'm not too sure this is gonna get enough time to shoot on it, which is a bit of a shame. This orange one could go around here, so maybe this is okay like that. Get power back on that, and yeah, let's see. Hang on, shoot it. Okay, yeah, you can see it's not enough fire time, but we're up the floor anyway. All is good. Let's keep on cracking. We've got a small little turret. We got 2 of these. We can probably get a nice wrap around with this one, and then we can get a Z-shaped one over here. So let's try that. Try that. Get that over there. gives us a bit of coverage this side. Another weak turret, which isn't going to give us much at the moment. Try and put it here to stop that. And we've got to just block, I think, here, right? Yeah. We've got a turret being attacked by this. We've got a gold one as well that we've got very little defense against. And then we've got food getting destroyed there. Okay, so how about we do this? Defend that one. I thought that was a great space usage. So we'll try to fill up this space with frags if we can. Okay, no major risks, so let's just get these frags placed. And then a sensible placement for one of these turrets. But we want to save room for maybe a 3x3, right? Because they're the big type of launchers that we can make sure we keep in. So let's protect that. We've got 2 orange boys coming this turn. And frankly, not enough defense. I think we're going to get to a bunch of turrets next turn, but our draw has been a little unlucky here. It's not completely randomized. There's like a pool of tiles you'll get over a certain amount of turns, but there is a bit of RNG that means it can be a little difficult at times, but you know that you'll end up getting a fair distribution of them over a set number of turns, so it almost balances out, but it can feel a bit unfair at times. This is getting attacked by both of these only, so let's just... we did manage, this turret did get a good bit of work on one of them, that's good. Okay, we got another small turret. Last. Okay, we don't have any coverage from this side. We could maybe... that one was good for this lane. We could try that. I think it's a bit... yeah, I think we'll just try it. This in here. This in here. This next to it's going to be a different one. We got 2 oranges again. We got a little turret. Okay, that might help us. I think these 2 turrets should cover this guy. Although this one's going to distract one of them, so... and then this one over here we don't have anything for. But we can place something for it. So let's whack this here. Make a little bit of room. Yeah, and then I think if you defend just attack that one quickly. We're very close to being dead there. Right, we got a slightly bigger turret. Let's hope that we can defend well. We got more of these orange boys, so it's really about that placement. We know they come in these centre lanes, so it's about, but we also need that. If we put it too close, it's probably not going to get enough time to shoot it before it attacks it, so it kind of needs to be not quite in the centre. And we also maybe want to leave a gap so that they don't always get bombarded. We can body block against the weaker enemies if we don't put them right on the edge. So it's a bit of a balance we want here. On this first turn here, we need to make sure we got something blocking the backside here. This is a tricky placement here. We can't really drop it there. We could do something like that. Power that, we can then go like this. It's going to take 1 hit though, but and this is a large frag piece to begin with, isn't it? At the moment I'm thinking we need to defend against this, but leave enough room for a nice 3x3 around, so I might just chuck in this corner. This is already slightly, we've got this covered by this turret, you know. Okay, we've got a small turret, which isn't great. We've got to think where we want this. Don't want it directly in the line of fire. I'm going to try and whack it maybe here. We need to block this lane as well in a bow. Now we might just... yeah, Fregs. Good boys. And off we got an orange boy. We got no coverage over here. We do have... okay, we get purple around here with this bottom tile. Let's whack that in there. This could be a nice defense around that. We've got a bit of coverage here. We don't have anything on this angle here. Yeah, a little bit. We need to make sure we get this direction covered in a mow. But they could come from the left as well, so it's a bit of a gamble which way we're going to defend against. We've got to think about powering it. If one does come this way, powering it. So I'm going to probably place it. That gives us a 2x2 could go here, or a 3x3 here. 2x2 could go here, but not a 3. I think we didn't want a 3x3 kind of over here. If we got one. Yeah, this is a toughie. We're just gonna have to try this. We could go here still, or here. We did get a 3x3 anyway. Where's the orange coming from? The orange came from here, so we should be okay with that. We got an orange coming from here as well. Crikey, there's no fuel on that one. We can fuel it. They'd have to go up here, which means this would have to go here. Maybe we need to cover the future and cover this angle instead. Yeah, I think we do. Oh, this is a large old piece, isn't it? Crikey. Do that, and then this can just power this. This. Yes. Okay, one time over. Next one. Let's go ahead and what have we got coming up? We need to make sure we save in space. That L shape can wrap around that nicely. But nothing going for the shrines. Okay, that's good. I think I can go ahead and do this. I think that would be better. I'm gonna get a bigger chain. Yeah, take some damage, but we're on the next floor, so it doesn't matter too much. Up we go. What is that? Look at this. It's being attacked by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a horrible start. We can't even fuel a turret. So turret's just going to have to block. This is unfortunate. You see, 4 of these enemies are meant to choose a random lane. But the random lane happened to be the shrine lane. So we can block. We can put a 4 on one direction here. We can put a 3 one direction here. We can block maybe one here. Maybe this sort of angle here might work. Yeah, this is an ugly situation to be in, I think. Took half health already. Oh, now this turret is in a nasty place. Okay, but we've got a mega turret. This could be our salvation. We've got to find a place to fuel these. So the next tile is 2 by... Oh, it's not going to fit, is it? Well, we could do it from the top to fuel it. But this one's going to get destroyed. Oh, this is a right pain. Unless we put it next to it, this might just shoot it all. Then they're not powered, which is a problem. Well, we could just power it. No. Sorry, I'm looking at these tiles where they're going to fit to power these ones. It's not going to work. We could. We gotta try. I think we need to try and save this one as best as we can. So this is going to be a poor placement, like something like this, and then we can put the T-shaped one in this section. I think it's the only play I've got of trying to salvage it. Okay, survived. That's good, but our shrine took... Oh, crikey, our shrine took a hit. This is not good. I wasn't paying attention to the shrine. Our shrine's taking damage from this orange one. That's acceptable. This should hopefully just cover it with this. The stress. Right party. Party over here. It's optimal placement. Okay, what have we got? this is going to get destroyed, so I'm going to block it with some Fregs. Thanks, Fregs. We're also getting hit from this angle from these, so we're going to... I don't think we need to defend that one, actually. We can just chain these along a bit further. I wanted to keep this in case we get a 3x3 over here. So I think I'm going to just... gap here. Okay, we've got 2x2 turret coming. This angle should get covered by that. Food hits this. I think we're good. Can we still give us space for a 3x3 over here? No, but okay, where's our 2x2 gonna go? Probably needs to go over here somewhere, right? Could go up in this location. We need to get this big 2 slotted in somewhere as well. Could go over there. Right location for it now. I think I'm gonna do it there. I'm gonna place that here. I'm gonna take a little bit of damage, and then we'll just drop that here. Okay, we've only got to get 4 down that will survive. We haven't got any orange boys. This is good. Let's go ahead and... Uh-oh, we're running out of space. We may not have room for this next tile. Is it 4 up and 2 across? Yeah, so if you don't have room, it's going to take health off of our shrine quite low already. So don't think it'll kill it. Oh, it killed it. Absolutely devastating. Well, there we go. That was the Fregstival. You got the idea of how the game went from just we can chain some Fregs together for scores to manic sacrifices for the Frogod Shrine. And we really wanted that sense of the pieces getting bigger, more obstacles with these broken pillars, along with different types of enemies that make it a bit harder for you to just place the optimal placement, because you really got to think about your turret coverage. So it's kind of building that balance up. It ended up being a game that took a bit longer to play than we hoped. We wanted a bit more of a high score arcadey session, but a good go like we just had now, as you saw, took almost half hour. But yeah, we thought it was a really good entry. We're happy with it. We did want to look at ways to maybe make the floor shape change as you go higher. We did actually implement it so that you could change the size going smaller as you go up, but we ended up feeling that getting different types of pieces made it a bit more feel different as time went on, rather than just literally limiting your space in a very obvious way of making the play space smaller. So we opted to go that way in the end. But yeah, we also wanted to do enemies that had different attack patterns. So maybe one that would, you know, in the line that they're targeting, they would drop a bomb every like 3 tiles maybe, just to make it a bit more strategic with placement. But yeah, we did our best to kind of cut features early to limit our scope, and I think overall we did good. We still worked up until the deadline, but we definitely weren't in a position we've been in other jams where we are absolutely racing just to try and get it to compile before the submission. We had a relatively stable build at submission, which was good. But yeah, thanks for checking it out anyway. I've been Honest Dan Games, and thanks again to Spacey3D and for Brainoid for working on this project with me. Alrighty, have a good one. Take care.